Ladies and gents, and this is Australians Take on America by channel martincitopants. Okay, is this about some game? YouTube doesn't tell me which game it is. Re-uploaded because YouTube is PooTube. Okay, so I guess YouTube caused an issue with this. All right, so I don't know if this is about game or what, even though it doesn't tell me it's a game. But knowing Martin, this is going to be fun, right? Lots of, I guess, whenever I think of Martin, the only thing I associate with this channel is like, Kerbal Space Program type of thing, right? The way he just like, back to drawing board, that kind of thing. That's always awesome. So let's watch it.
Alright.
There you go.
Wait, no. Hello again.
What the fuck?
Welcome to America. A few weeks ago, 4 of my friends and I took a trip to this strange land. 5 days in Los Angeles, 4 days in San Diego at TwitchCon, and 3 days in fabulous Las Vegas. This video documents our experiences, the antics, the pure shenanigans, and our trials and tribulations across our 12-day trip. From Machete Man to Scientologists, terrible foam pits, bodily fluids, Mexican nightclubs, and fully automatic machine guns, it was truly a trip to behold.
Is that an
MG? So,
yeah, there you go.
Let us begin. First off, why America? Simple answer, I want to go to TwitchCon. But TwitchCon would only be for 4 days, and getting an expensive flight all the way to America for a short convention, well, that's just wasteful. Joining me on this expedition were 4 friends: Ben, Tristan, Sydney, and Kai. They would be accompanying me as my entourage, violently flinging away anyone who came near us at TwitchCon. The stage was set. The bookings were made, and all we had to do was get to America. This time, I made the wise decision of not swimming there, so I had to get some flights. 5 hours to Fiji, a 3-hour layover where I drank real Fiji water, and another 9 hours to Los Angeles. All things considered, it really wasn't that bad, especially because I had brought with me a secret weapon. My brand new YouTube. That's right, fuckos. You've wanted, you've waited, and now the chance is here. The Marsh YouTube. He's sick and tired of living in your walls, and now he has a gun. He's living under your skin. Take it off.
Alright, so this video is going to be about him just going to the TwitchCon trip to America. First of all, I didn't even know he was Australian, so I thought he was going to be American or something. I don't know why I thought that, but yeah. Even though, there is not much detail about him, right? I guess, most people didn't know his face until I guess there was a video, face reveal, and then I guess he adds his face cam here and there. But yeah, he's an Australian apparently. I guess it's just like internet student, he's also Australian. So this is a different video. I don't think I've seen a video like this from this channel. I'm sure there are videos like this, right? Where he talks about, face reveal or something, where he just talks things. But yeah, this channel is mostly game related. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I know, I'm pretty sure that this video had 500,000 views the first time it got uploaded, right? It was just like 10 hours or so. They're so effed up, man. Some problem YouTube creates and now he has to re-upload it, right? And this video is probably never gonna reach the levels that it would have otherwise, right? Because all the people watched, they're not gonna watch it again. So those 500,000 is gone, right? So if this video reaches like 1 or 2 million, it could have reached even more. So I don't know. That's just fucked up.
Get off. Take off your skin. What will he do next? Why is he behind me? What is he doing with the gun? Why is he watching over me ominously as I sleep? No, I can't take it. I've had enough. Take this, you froggy Purchase it now with the link in the description or pinned comment. Do it now. Gentlemen, do not under any circumstances allow this product to enter your walls. I did once. Big mistake. Put him up on a shelf. Put him up on your desk. Put him up your No, don't do that. Just keep an eye on him. He's watching. If confiscated by an enemy of the state, deny all knowledge of... What the fuck? I promise, there are no listening devices inside this frog. What are you waiting for? Click that link right there and buy it now. It is only available for a limited time. All things considered, it really wasn't that bad, especially because I had brought with me a secret weapon. Sleeping pills. Oh look, it's LA. I picked up our amazing, incredible, powerful rental car, the Chevrolet Equinox, and drove back to LAX to get Sydney.
I've seen Peter Griffin twice.
Sid and I wouldn't be joined by the others for a few more hours, which gave us some time to check into the hotel, set up the camera equipment, and go for a couple of walks around Santa Monica. To set up the camera equipment, all I had to do was plug in both microphones, yet somehow, I f***ed it up. The lav mic sounded like this, and the shotgun mic, like this. Crunchy. Once the camera was set up, we left it behind in the hotel and went for a walk. Our thinking was, we don't need to bring the camera, how much can you possibly see on a 1 hour walk? Well, it turns out, you can see a lot of The hotel I had chosen was right across from the Santa Monica Pier. You know, like GTA. So of course, that was our first destination.
How we playing GTA 6.
The people around us were also, for lack of a better term, rather GTA-like. One guy might walk past talking about last quarter's financial reports and how the business needs X and Y for continued year-over-year growth, while another is standing completely still, PCP'd out of his mind, deeply engrossed in the hallucinated worms wriggling around in the pavement. This contrast took a bit of getting used to. Houses all around us worth millions and millions of dollars, and sleeping in the sand right across from them, dozens of homeless people. We made our way to the end of the pier, saw the pretty spectacular sunset, and began walking back when things got stranger. On the bridge that links the pier to Colorado Avenue and Route 66, we saw some guy grab onto the guardrail with both of his hands and make a kind of jumping motion, like he was psyching himself out to jump off the bridge. Further down the road, I turned to look down an alley as we passed, and I saw this freaky looking homeless woman staring back at me, sitting on a mattress in a parking lot.
What?
And finally, the crown jewel of our first walk in the United States. A homeless man ran up right in front of us, turned slightly into a corner, dropped down his pants, and all over the wall.
There it is.
Come on now, man.
Sydney and I didn't say a word. We simply stared at each other in stunned silence.
How are you feeling about seeing a homeless woman shitting Mr. Sydney?
It was an experience and a half, to be honest.
Is a man or woman?
Yeah, I would agree.
Back at the hotel, we were like, huh, that was weird.
What? Really? That was his experience? So let me get this straight. You go to this, Santa Monica Pier, the GTA thing, right? GTA San Andreas, GTA 5, whatever, same thing. And there are, people that drugged out of their mind, homeless people walking around, people taking, people just sitting on mattresses, just staring at you. Yeah, I don't know. That's not what you think of it, right? When you think of playing GTA, like one day I might visit that place. It would be just great. Yeah, maybe not. God damn.
Let's do it again. Walk number 2. This walk was longer, and would you believe it, even weirder than walk number 1. The very first thing I saw was pretty clearly 2 people just straight up having sex, down the street. Just... Next, we made our way onto the beach and walked along the famous concrete walkway between the sand and the street. This path seemed to attract a particular pungent odor. The one you get from smoking a little bit of that zah, if you know what I mean. Weed. Another thing you couldn't go 30 steps without seeing were homeless people. Lots and lots of homeless people. Since it was nighttime, they'd all gone to bed, but, they're homeless. So going to bed really just means curling up on the beach and going to sleep. We walked a bit further and came across Mr. So going to bed really just means curling.
You can't see any in this clip, but trust me, there are probably 4 or 5 homeless people sleeping in the sand right next to us. Yeah, I mean, in Los Angeles, I've heard about how the homeless situation is getting bad and bad, even though there was billions of dollars of relief to create, houses for homeless people. That was going nowhere, apparently, because the cost was way too high already. How the fuck is that possible? I don't even know. But damn, that many homeless people, it's one thing to hear something in the news, and it's another thing to actually feel it, like how big of a problem it is.
Curling up on the beach and going to sleep. We walked a bit further and came across Mr. Skeleton Man, just a whole pack of dog food that had been spilled over the ground, and finally, this guy. Now, he wasn't on the path, but a few meters off of it in the sand. This was definitely a good thing, because he was waving what looked like a stick around his head. However, as we got closer, I noticed something strange. You see, this is not a stick.
Okay.
It's a machete.
What the fuck?
You know when there's a guy in your GTA lobby spawning in random NPCs with weapons to go attack people? Yeah, that was this guy right here. Us, having seen all this crazy shit in the span of 2 hours, didn't think to call the police since, I don't know, what if it's just not?
So next time somebody says that GTA 5 is not realistic, punch that guy in the face, because it's ultra realistic. What the fuck is... Man, this is one of the famous places around the world, right? Not just because of the games, movie shit and everything. Well, there are no cops around, right? They know tourists are gonna walk around these places. How is somebody just with machetes just walking around?
Normal. What if Machete Guy is just there? What if he's part of the beach? After our encounter with Machete Man, we were like, maybe it's not such a good idea to walk around at night here. So what do we do first thing when the rest of the boys arrived? Another walk. I am, however, getting ahead of myself, because first we had to go pick them up from the airport. First Ben, then Kai and Tristan.
Tristan! Good to see you, Kai.
How we doing? How we doing? The boys!
In the car, we told them about all the we had seen in literally just 2 hours of walking.
I see a homeless guy like sprint into a corner ahead of us. I turn left to like look at what he's doing because I thought maybe he was doing drugs or getting ready to kill us. And he's just got his ass, he's pulled his pants down and he's projectile shitting onto the wall. It was a white wall. It was a white wall, and this bloke was turning it chocolate coloured.
We were quite hungry at this point, so we went ahead and got some good old-fashioned McDonald's, beginning the ultimate American fast food / chain restaurant tier list. Now, to be frank, American McDonald's gets shit on by Australian McDonald's. It might just be LA McDonald's, but the food was dry, the sauces were not that good, and it was just ugh. So we collectively decided on it being D tier. Back at the hotel, we went for our third walk. We checked out Santa Monica Pier again, had a good look at the wall saw many, many more homeless, and met another character of Santa Monica. This guy. Let's just call him, Rectum Plunderer. He was clearly on something and insisted he'd been
No. Sorry, really dude.
Detecting our strange accents, he asked where we were from.
It's probably the...
Are you British, bro?
Yeah.
He was pretty sure someone had drugged him, and as far as we could tell, he was either really, really drunk, which I kinda doubt, or he had in fact been drugged. We walked around with him for about 20 more minutes, allowing him some time to sober up, and allowing us time to just talk complete and utter shit.
See, Earl is your uncle? You're lying, brother.
You know how he passed away?
Yes, you got stung by a stingray.
That's what the media told you. Do you think he got assassinated by Illuminati? I don't think that's over there. We kind of got some other thing going on. Have you ever heard of the DREER party?
During our walk, we saw several more interesting characters of Santa Monica. Push-up guy, yelling guy in the middle of the street, walking around weird guy, standing perfectly still guy, and of course, our guy, who kept swinging between saying funny shit and really concerning shit.
I know who did it. I'm gonna kill him tomorrow.
Do that.
I got a Glock in my rower. Yeah, no, I really do have a Glock. I'm gonna come tomorrow. I'm gonna shoot him up tomorrow.
Don't do that.
You know.
Once our walk was up, we parted ways. Of course, not before getting him to yell "Hoodles!" at the top of his lungs.
Hoodles, you American.
And that was the end of the night. Sleepy time. Day 2.
I know he was, drugged out of his mind, but I think he realized that they're fucking with him, and he was fucking them back. The way he laughed, like, okay.
Still in LA. At this point, it really hadn't hit us that we were in another country, so for breakfast we decided to go to a classic American diner. It was a mere 15-minute walk away. How bad could that be? To be totally honest,
Isn't it something? You can live in Australia and go all the way to US or Los Angeles, right? All those miles away, it just still feels like you're home. Like it's everything similar, right? You really have to feel it. Because as soon as you wake up, you realize, oh, look at that, I'm kind of in the same place. That's something.
It was pretty boring. No wall shitters, no machete man, and no rectum plunderer. We got some SIM cards, went to a thrift store, found some funny shirts, and got some Chick-fil-A for lunch.
It's Spoderman.
To be honest, Chick-fil-A was mid. It was plain, it was dry, but it was better than McDonald's, thus landing it in C tier. Later in the day, we made a visit to Gold's Gym Venice, the gym where this guy trained for Mr. Olympia. After paying the very steep $50 entry fee, we went inside and got a little workout in. This place was absolutely huge and full of big people. I've never seen a professional bodybuilder in my life, but I'm pretty sure we saw at least 4 or 5 in this one single gym.
Easy.
Near the entrance were these golden dumbbells, each of them weighing in at over 150 kilos or 350 pounds. Naturally, we wanted to get a photo with them and asked
150 kilos, obviously those are for rows, right? They better be. One arm row, I think I reached like 90 or something at best, and that's like, struggling. 150, holy shit, these are like, Ronnie Coleman type of shit, right? Obviously, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger type gym where he trained, right? Gold's Gym or whatever that is. So yeah, there are going to be bodybuilders here just because of that.
Asked the biggest guy we could find to take it with the Fruity Pig Polaroid. The guy that took the photo happened to be IFBB pro Will Harris, better known as Big Will. He was super nice and told us he had a photo of himself on the wall. And what do you know? There he is, on the wall. Naturally, we got a photo with him as well. Then we had dinner, and that was the end of the day. Sleepy time. Day 3. Time to go to San Diego. This drive would only be 2.5 hours. However, we're in America. The roads here are dangerous, they're difficult to navigate, and everyone on them is going 15 to 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. Luckily on our side, we had...
I'm living in India and hearing him, oh, this is America, roads are dangerous. I'm like, isn't that cute? Yeah, those are not dangerous roads. Yeah, I know the dangerous roads. These are not one of them.
a secret weapon. Chipotle. Chipotle was the first bit of fast food we ate that didn't make us feel putrid. A big old burrito with good meat, a good wrap, good cheese, good sauce, good beans, and lettuce. We'll come back to the lettuce later. Chipotle was good enough, in fact, to land it in S tier. And with that, San Diego. Our hotel was very nice. A big building right in the heart of the city, only a short walk away from the convention center. Unlucky for us, it had no pool. Now that's not really a big deal, but when we asked the concierge if there was a pool, instead of just saying no, she said, well, we don't have one because it's actually a 112-year-old classic luxury establishment. Okay. Up in our room, the nightmare began. The shit rotation. 1 toilet, 5 dudes. Sydney was last, and remember that lettuce from Chipotle? Well, the lettuce in America proved too much for the Lebanese gastric system and passed straight through, completely unscathed. After shitting our guts out, it was time to go to the convention center and collect our lanyards. Nothing
Alright, if I'm going to guess why the first video got problems, probably because of all the things that he said here. But it's still in this video, so what else caused the problems, right? All the homeless thing, the photo he's constantly talking about. That guy, drugged out guy, basically talking about, tomorrow what he's going to do. Even that is in the video. So what he said in the original video that caused YouTube problems, so you had to re-upload. If somebody watched the original video, and is there a difference here? What did he edit it out?
Particularly noteworthy happened, but we noticed a not-so-subtle shift in the people around us. The crackheads and homeless had been replaced with nerds and e-girls. On our way back to the hotel, we bought ourselves a good amount of alcohol and began the hype up for tonight's activities. I had the Twitch partner party, and the boys had a Wu-Tang concert. The partner party was really cool. Free drinks, a whole bunch of streamers and YouTubers that I actually recognized, and my first real taste of this whole content creator industry thing. I downed a few beers, which gave me the confidence to do incredible things like approach people and ask them for a photo and maybe even have a conversation. It felt pretty bizarre to be around these people. Every now and then I'd go, wait a minute, I recognize that face, and bam, it's Philza. What was even more bizarre is some of them actually knew who I was. Now most of the people that recognized me didn't recognize my face, but the name on my lanyard, which told me one thing. The frog has a lot of clout, but I don't, which means I need more. Meanwhile, the boys were off at the concert.
Yeah, obviously, let's be honest. But, Martin has 1.3 million subscribers, and all these videos, I've passed multiple videos from his main channel. I've seen that it's not even 24 hours, it's like nearing 1 million views, right? That's just fucking awesome. But obviously people are going to recognize the frog, right? The frog is the one who tells us going to the board and everything, right? Frog is the one who was just, messing around with Kevin in Kerbal Space Program.
Having the absolute time of their lives. There was Wu-Tang, Nas, Busta Rhymes.
Okay.
We met back up at the lobby of some hotel where we saw a real-life furry, which was a first for all of us, and then continued the night at one of San Diego's numerous nightclubs. It was good. At 2 AM, the club closed and ejected everyone onto the street. Us, being incredibly at this point, was still having the time of our lives.
We're talking grouse content.
Wakey, wakey, sleepy
It's
head.
grouse.
Wakey, wakey, grouse content.
My balls was hot. My balls was hot.
We met this guy called Jesus.
You 5 are a good duo.
We screamed Many Men by 50 Cent as loud as we could.
Many men.
Many. Praise be to God. Praise be to God. USA. USA.
And made it all the way back to our hotel. Back in our room, we kept the energy up by getting a noise complaint. Alright, calm down. It's sleepy time. Actually, no, it's not sleepy time. Sydney was still off his face and kept everyone up by laughing non-stop at this. Day 4. We woke up. A terrible mistake. The boys were dusty, the tap water was crunchy, and we were beginning to feel a little putrid. Not a great start to the day, sure, but it was worth it because last night was very good, or as we say in Australia, grouse. Today was the first official day of TwitchCon. Our plan was to get a bit inebriated beforehand, but we were so putrid we could not bear the thought of drinking any more alcohol. TwitchCon probably would have been better if we weren't feeling so shit every single day, but hey, each night was great, so I'm not going to complain. Generally, the convention floor was not the most exciting. Sydney and Ben had a go at each other with the inflatable bat thingies in this foam pit. We had a quick look at Twitch rivals, which was not interesting. We took some photos in front of the anime Lamborghini and in front of the Raid Shadow Legends booth and visited the board game room.
The air is putrid.
He should
And in front of the
he should have kept this as the thumbnail of this video. What is the thumbnail? I don't even see the thumbnail of the video. It should be this Raid Shadow Legend. There you go.
Raid Shadow Legends booth and visited the board game room.
The air is putrid.
I, being a Twitch partner, was lucky enough to go to the partner lounge where I hung out and met some more cool people. Yeah. The boys, however, were not Twitch partners, so while I spent the day there, they roamed the convention floor, taking photos with people and just generally meandering. 5 PM rolled around and day 1 of the convention ended, which meant party time. Tonight we'd managed to get tickets to this rooftop bar party. Well, 4 of us had gotten tickets. Tristan, of course, forgot to get his, but through some finagling and me seeming very important by calling my agent and being like, yo, I think someone made a mistake, we managed to get Tristan in. That felt cool. We got a powerful photo of Ben simply posted up and beeline directly to the bar to claim our 2 free drinks. At the party were a bunch of fellow Twitch and YouTube people and also some game developers. It was cool. Anyway, once that was done, it was nightclub time yet again. There he is. First up was an Irish pub where we each got a pint of Guinness, and Kai managed to get himself kidnapped by 2 Salvadorian women. While he was off getting driven around, we made our way into the first Mexican nightclub of the trip, which was a great idea because Mexican nightclubs go hard. Anyway, we all got back home safe, including Kai, and it was sleepy time. Day 5. We woke up. Another.
So basically what they're doing is they went to USA, right? TwitchCon is there and they're just doing anything they can, right? This is basically what happens when you go with 2-3 of your friends, right? You just hit anything that feels fun and there you go. This is awesome.
Another terrible mistake. Today we were even dustier, crunchier, and more putrid than yesterday.
Big fucking shit.
We had another nightmare rotation, this time at a restaurant.
Oh look, Tristan's gone. I wonder where he went.
At the convention, I spent more time making friends in the partner lounge, while the boys did their meandering. Tristan wrote an extremely important message on the positivity wall. Wood-fired pizza. What will pizza do now? And then we met back up at the cosplay contest, which was alright. There were some impressive costumes, like this one, and Black Panther. If he was thick. Anyway, the convention ended, and once again, this one, and Black Panther.
I didn't even see that. Yeah, Tachella's been drinking, that's what happened. Man, this is awesome.
He was thick. Anyway, the convention ended, and once again, it was party time. First up, of course, our mandatory hype session in the hotel room. Lots of alcohol, loud music from the TV, and some very powerful photography.
As I feel the heroin coursing through my veins, I think to myself, man, I wish I focused on my ATAR.
Tonight we had the TwitchCon party, which was not a party, but a full-on concert. The lead act being Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, yep. On the way to the party...
Yep, there you go. How are they affording this? How are they affording these top celebrities, right? They must pay a lot of money. So that tells you, like, you know, Twitch, they're really making money. There are lots of people like, you know, what was that? Bill Maher and everybody, right? Just saying like, these game creators, this and that, they talk like these are just small things. Like, no, really, this industry is just booming, man. Look at the money they're making. If they can afford all these celebrities, holy shit.
We stopped at 7-Eleven to get ourselves some pizza and were greeted by our boy Bruce. We had gone to the 7-Eleven the past 2 days and had met the legendary cashiers Bruce and Keenan. They were the suppliers of pizzas and good vibes throughout the TwitchCon experience, and tonight would be no exception, with them bestowing upon us their tastiest pizza. Further down the road, all the boys needed to piss, and the cigar place let us use their toilet. Their single toilet. Once again, we had another nightmare piss rotation on our hands. And then of course, we got to the concert.
God, I hate that. Seriously, bad toilet gives me nightmare. For one specific reason. Yeah, like I've said in one of the previous videos, a lot of videos, that, you know, I started to do renovation and then COVID hit, right? So I was stuck in my room. So all the videos you see of mine, like just any video before just past, you know, few days, all those videos with that wooden wall, green screen, that is from the room that I was in for the last 3 years. I'm stuck there because of renovation. The room was just deteriorating, bathroom was deteriorating, and I was hating it, right? Everything just, you know, was not up to the standard that I usually like to live with, right? And because of COVID, I couldn't bring anyone in, right? And do any kind of renovation. Even when the lockdown went away, I wasn't still comfortable, right? Because I could still get COVID or something. So very, just like a month ago, I started like, okay, maybe I should. So, renovation was finished, and then I literally moved upstairs to different room. Now the lower floor, where I lived all this time, is gonna get renovated. So whenever I see dirty bathroom, it's just like I'm scarred forever, right? I just like, what the fuck? Obviously, my bathroom wasn't that dirty, but still, that's just fucked up.
It was good. Meg the Horse got some people on stage, one of which being Master Chief, which the crowd liked very much. Tristan wasn't able to get into the concert despite our best efforts to sneak him in, so instead he went back to the After the concert, we met back up with Tristan and hit up yet another Mexican place.
So of all of these things, that was the issue. Damn, man, really?
It was good. And then of course, back at the hotel, it was sleepy time. To help us get some good sleep, Tristan had bought a bottle of gummy melatonins, which had the ability to turn all 5 of us into bricks for the duration of the night. So we had some of those once it was time for bed. Of course, Sydney and I weren't particularly tired, so we performed an absolutely diabolical crunch on Tristan.
Hey, come on, stop, please stop.
Day 6. Another nightmare shit rotation, another visit to the convention center. Not much happened today, but I did meet Michael Reeves. So that was cool. We got a good Polaroid in front of the TwitchCon sign, visited the suspiciously unpopular Child Predator booth. I got recognized by a couple of people, which was nice, got some photos with more streamers, and that was pretty much it. The boys and I met at the closing ceremony, where they actually managed to get on the big screen during the event compilation thingy. And then, much to Tristan's joy, this guy busted out a freestyle.
Calm down, big sex, big styles, I'm the mind now. Thank my father, I had to move up, taking out my blessings.
And there we go. TwitchCon was over. All in all, I had a really great time, despite feeling putrid for most of the event. TwitchCon really put this whole career into perspective and made me really appreciate all the time I've spent sitting at my desk making silly frog videos. Despite all the bad press the event ended up getting, some of it definitely valid, I would still recommend it if you're at all interested in content creation or just want to meet other people like you. Anyway, back to tonight, it was club time. We met up with some people I had met at TwitchCon and took on not a Mexican club, but an African American club. It was good. On the way home, we hit up 7-Eleven one last time, got a powerful photo with Bruce and Keenan, and purchased their tastiest pizza. And, for one last time at this hotel, it was not sleepy time, but time for bed. Day 7. We woke up. Gentlemen, it was Vegas time. We loaded our stuff into the Schneequinox and hit the road.
I was just gonna say, like, what the fuck? Like almost half a video is left, and he's just TwitchCon his own. But yeah, the main thing starts now. TwitchCon was his excuse. The main thing starts now.
We even got to use the carpool lane, since, we had a pool in the car.
Look at these, look how happy they are to be in this special little lane.
Our first stop was another fast food place, In-N-Out Burger. The food was decent, but it did have a few issues.
These chips suck ass.
In-N-Out is false advertisement. We will anything but In-N-Out. We waited so long. Well,
yes. Alright, the only thing In-N-Out was the lettuce in Sydney's arse.
Now, I liked the burger quite a lot, but the boys found it pretty mid, so the final decision was C tier. And with that, back to the road.
Are we there yet? No, Tristan. We're not there yet.
We reached Vegas as the sun went down and took our very important sign photo.
Hard to the right, Travis Scott.
It's that! But they're just 5 people. Look, if I were going all the way from, they went from Australia to Los Angeles, that's a big trip, right? Multiple day trip. I would have, rented some kind of performance car. I mean, you can sit 5 people in performance sedan at least. It would be really fun to go to all the way to Las Vegas, right? Because those roads are just fucking awesome. You're just, ripping through that. Obviously, there might be an issue of cops. But I highly doubt there's going to be that much cops between there. It's just mostly empty place there.
Straight up! Our hotel for this day was the Flamingo Las Vegas, a 3-star hotel right in the center of the strip. This hotel was absolutely gigantic. Easily the biggest I've ever been in. Which meant the concierge desk was less of a concierge desk and more of an airport check-in counter. About a dozen or so concierges checking people in constantly. The guy behind the desk would only talk very quietly, with his eyes closed, and kept trying to show me what he was doing on the computer. Trouble was, the system that the Flamingo runs on is clearly over 2,000 years old and was completely and utterly incomprehensible. At the hotel, we also noticed another demographic shift. The nerds, e-girls, and homeless of California had once again been replaced with the American middle class. Caesar's Palace was across the road, so we also checked that one out. It was, interesting. Anyway, it was very late, and tomorrow we had a big day ahead of us. So once again,
Time for bed.
Day 8. We woke up feeling fine. Today was going to be very good. But first, breakfast. Taco Bell. Taco Bell was actually really good. We got ourselves some delicious hard-shell tacos and had a tasty breakfast. S tier, no question.
I'm sensing a trend here.
Just hard-shell tacos and had a tasty breakfast. S tier, no question.
So, anything Mexican, Chipotle, isn't that Mexican as well? Yeah, it says Mexican grill. Anything Mexican is S tier because I guess he loves spicy food, is that it? Or they're really high quality compared to McDonald's and In-N-Out and things like that, right? Because, I have friends there and, some of them said like, In-N-Out is decent enough, like good enough burger, right? I mean, it's not like holy shit 5-star hotel level of shit, but it's good enough burger that you like it. So I don't know why In-N-Out is at C, but okay.
Although we did have some mug root beer, which I assumed would be pretty good since there are so many memes about it, but oh my god, it was one of the worst non-alcoholic drinks I've ever had in my life. It was like drinking toothpaste, if toothpaste was bad for your teeth.
It's like toothpaste.
I know. The tacos were eaten. So, we hopped back in the car and headed over to Battlefield Vegas. A place with guns. Lots and lots of guns.
Yep, I would not lie. I would go there immediately. Give me some big caliber shit, like, Winchester 308 type of shit. Like M60 or something.
Round 1 was over. We had shot a lot of guns, but Tristan and I wanted to shoot more. So we went ahead and bought ourselves even more guns. Kai had also remembered to bring this, the frog plush, and we had hatched a devious plan. Oh no.
Resisting! Wait. Still resisting!
And finally, the minigun.
3, 2, 1, minigun!
Minigun is fucking awesome.
Once it was all said and done, we had fired hundreds of rounds, killed a frog, and had a great time. Our instructor Harrison was super cool, so if you ever go to Battlefield Vegas yourself, ask for him. We got some hard photos, including this one, which was probably the hardest image of the entire trip, and continued our day. Lunch. This time, Burger King. Honestly, I don't have much to say about Burger King. The burger was a bit worse than In-N-Out, but the chips were way better, and they gave us crowns. So that means B tier. Back at the hotel, Ben crafted the sleaziest fit I have ever seen in my life, which we affectionately named the Gerald Sprinter.
Jerry Sprinter.
Gerald Sprinter.
Right, ready?
1, 2, 3, go. On the agenda tonight was, can you believe it, another nightclub. The venue for tonight was Omnia, with Martin Garrix as a DJ. Oh yep. Our first impressions of the venue were, holy shit, and wow. 2 floors, capacity for 2,500 people, this big ring light thing, massive smoke blasters, the best lighting setup I've ever seen, and ceiling women. Which is why it's such a shame that it was ruined by the dickhead security guards. I went to take a piss and drink some tap water because God knows I was not paying $13 for a bottle of water, and they would not let me back on the floor. I get it. The dance floor only has capacity for blah 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 blah, but another security guard came by and told me that he could get us back in for $20 per person. Just, no, f*** off. We could not get back in, so we ended up leaving early. On the way back home, a guy approached Tristan and said,
See, Martin can afford $20 like it's nothing, right? I'm sure of it, but it's about principle. Yeah, I wouldn't have given him money either. Like, fuck that, are you kidding me?
"Hey man, you look like Michael Jackson. Cocaine?" We did not take him up on his offer. Anyway, we went home, and it was time for bed. Day 9. Not much happened today. Lunch was at Jack in the Box, in the Hood, which I didn't think was particularly special, but the boys thought was great, so we met in the middle and decided on A tier. Then we did stuff for the rest of the day. Honestly, I can't remember, and we have no footage, but I did record this.
Let me look away real quick. Just look over here at the flamingos.
At night, we visited Fremont Street, which was the very first paved street in all of Las Vegas. The ceiling you see here is actually the largest screen in the world, spanning over 12,000 square meters. The street was full of interesting attractions, street performers, and strange places, like the Heart Attack Grill, where people over 350 pounds eat for free. We chose not to have dinner there because, I don't want to eat that. So instead, we chose White Castle down the street. Big fucking mistake. For those who don't know, White Castle prides itself on making little burgers called sliders. I have no problem with sliders, in fact, they can be really good. However, White Castles were not. To start, they gave us these so-called chicken nuggets. I say so-called because chicken nuggets should not have the same texture as calamari.
Yeah.
Then, the sliders came out. If I were to describe these in one word, it would be grim. The meat sucked. The cheese sucked. The pickles were pickles. The bread was wet.
Oh, they're so wet.
Ready? I'll say White Castle.
Really, I don't get how this place is successful. How do people like this? Other people put this place at B tier. How? How? The bread is so wet. Yep, F tier. Could be Z tier if that was on.
Okay, really? I don't know. This is a stupid way of thinking things, but I always assume like the origin of place, like McDonald's from USA. So best burgers must be from McDonald's from USA, right? Burger King is from USA, so best burger would be from USA, right? We have McDonald's, Burger King, things like that here. I always assume this, but then again, some of my friends come here and say like, vegetarian option, right? There is aloo tikki type of burger here that I don't think they sell in US. They're like, oh, this is better than things that we have here and this and that. And I'm like, okay, maybe this is the first time you're eating it, right? That's why you're feeling like that. But I'm sure they're better. But seeing this just feels like, okay, I guess you really need to know which specific place is really good. Otherwise, burgers can suck even in USA apparently. I know when I say it feels weird. Like, of course they can, but I don't know. I just had that mentality. Like, it must be better in USA.
On here, literally the worst restaurant I have ever been to.
I want to punch White Castle.
Anyway, following our authentic White Castle experience, I went back to the hotel and bought a $31 pizza, and Ben recorded someone getting robbed. Anyway, time for bed. Day 10. At this point, I was sick of Vegas. Clearly, it is not made for people our age. Everything is ridiculously expensive, every place we went to felt like they were trying their hardest to suck as much money from you as they could, and it just generally gave me a shitty, gross vibe. Yuck people everywhere, sleazy salesmen and strip club promoters, and people just coming up to you in the middle of the path offering you drugs. Lucky for me, our stay was up, and it was time to head back to LA. We stopped on the way at IHOP. I got a huge plate of pancakes, and we did another shit rotation. The portions were American-sized, but the pancakes were pretty good. B tier. And what do you know? We're back in Los Angeles. For this leg of the journey, we had chosen a hotel in downtown LA. This hotel was quite nice, and crucially, close to several nightclubs. So once again, we hyped ourselves up in the hotel room. Kai gave us a rousing speech.
As Australians in Los Angeles, the city of angels, it just makes sense to me that we go the fucking hardest, alright?
We listened to some powerful music.
Okay.
And we hit another Mexican club. They only played Kumbaya. It was good. Pedjing. Who the fuck is Pedjing? Day 11. Another dusty wake up. We started the day off well with a phenomenally good breakfast.
Okay, how, even at the day 11, how do they have energy to do all this shit, right? Aren't they tired by now? Like, oh, fuck me, I'm tired, I want to go home. They're still like, okay, let's go to clubs, that is something.
Denny's. I just want to say, Denny's f***ed. Denny's was exactly what we needed after last night. It gave us the energy and power to take on the rest of the day. So Denny's goes in S tier. Later, we took a quick trip to Runyon Canyon and went for a short hike. It was nice.
So I was like, oh cool, like they just mistaken Gandalf for Sauron. GTA characters.
The rest of the day, we did our laundry, went to Goodwill, and once again, it was nightclub time. Tonight was a club crawl. 3 separate venues and about 40 people with us going between them. We started at this cool bar, then went to this other cool bar, and ended the night in this really cool converted bank vault. Sydney and I even witnessed 2 dudes fight right in front of us. Back at the hotel, Tristan had gotten so that he decided to just curl up and sleep in the bathroom. And I think you know what that means? Time for bed. Day 12.
I'm not gonna lie, he's just like filming and dancing while the 2 dudes are fighting. I mean, you don't know where the drunk people can go. They just see your camera, it's like, you wanna shoot, you smug ass, and just could punch your camera, man. And seeing the quality, how it's probably some mirrorless camera or something, costly camera. So you could have equipment damage there. He's just like shooting there. Yeah, look at they're fighting.
Our last full day in America. Once again, we woke up dusty and ate some more fast food. This time, Wendy's, which was decent, but really nothing special. So it ended up in B tier. We walked around a bit more, took more hard photos, saw Pedging again. Who is this Pedging fellow? And once again, got ourselves ready for another grouse night. Tonight's destination was Hollywood. Naturally, we took a bunch of photos with the stars, saw 2 jokers having a deep and meaningful, went inside a Scientology place since we just couldn't resist, and made our way into the best club of the entire trip. Dirty Laundry. It was good. And of course, our last day. Day 13. We took our final hard elevator photo and had breakfast at Popeyes. This particular location clearly valued their security. They had a floor-to-ceiling glass panel with intercoms for communication and this one-way box thing. Very strange. High security Popeyes was okay. B tier.
I think this.
We then dropped Ben off for his flight and wished him safe travels back to his homeland of Benin. Ben's flight was at 3 PM, but the rest of us flew out at midnight, so we had a bunch of time to kill. Lunch was at Five Guys, which people say is really good. It was good, but it wasn't amazing, so we decided on B tier. And that's the final list. To kill more time, we checked out this museum thing, went to a mall, found Obama Boulevard, and for our final attraction of America, we visited an American institution. Walmart. Kai found some beans, and Tristan had an expression of deep, indescribable sadness. I was sad too, Tristan, because this was the end of our 13 days of pure debauchery. Another 9-hour flight to Fiji, 13 hours in the airport, and then 5 more all the way back home. Wait, no. No, the U2s wasn't supposed to break out. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no no no. Oh no. Ah, ah, ah.
Okay, damn. There you go. Australian take on America. The original title was just, Take on America or something, but they just added Australians there. Yeah, okay. This is a different video. I haven't seen videos like this from Martin. It's usually game type of videos, right? Car simulator, car mechanic simulator, something like that, and the other Kerbal Space Program. But yeah, he's a really good creator, right? Because it's not easy to just make something good, even that's not your normal niche, right? If you make a game videos, you know how to make script, you know how to edit things, but if you just take on camera and just fuck it, we're going to America, and edit that the same way you do your own video, that's some skill. So that was good. Well, that was Australian Take on America. I'll channel Martin Side of Fans. If you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.